time. I was just checking, and it's actually just over 2 months since I've been in this world. And, see, I remember I was headed this way, looking for some bit of land upon which I would hope to find horses. So we will continue. There's been a number of reasons why I've been away from this world. I've been very busy with Hermitcraft FTB, chasing after this goal of building a fusion reactor, which I finally achieved. I've also been busy with a number of other things, and then there's been issues with so-called real life that I won't go into. And another factor has been that I have been trying in vain to succeed in getting Optifine installed in this version. I know it's not like my computer actually needs Optifine, but I've grown very accustomed to things like the clear water and the Optifine Super Zoom, and let's not forget the ability to turn off those thrice damned void particles in the void itself, the void at bedrock, the void fog. I've never agreed with that, and ever since Optifine gave me the ability to play without it, that's what I've done. Okay, there's not going to be any horses over there and that stuff. Maybe over here somewhere. I guess it doesn't matter. I'm going to be getting off the boat anyway. Oh well, just as well. I didn't really want to spend all day cruising across the ocean anyhow. I forgot. Left shift to dismount. I should have thought of that, because it's always been right-click on the boat to get out of it, just like you would a minecart. Why they've changed that, I don't know. It worked just fine the way it was. Anyway, speaking of changes, I know there's a lot of new stuff coming out in 1.7. It seems like only yesterday 1.6 came out, and I suppose in terms of this world, it is almost only yesterday, because of how long it's been since I've played on this world. But just to reassure folks that there is not any option or possibility of me simply quitting this world. It's not going to happen. I've played in this world since beta 1.3_01, and I have no intention to stop. And, you know, that's just the way that is. Well, it looks like this is just another island over just another chunk of ocean. Let's see. According to this, I'm going north, but the sun is setting over there, which makes that the west, which means this is north. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. The sun sets in the south in this world. Excuse me, the sun does not set in the west in this world. It used to, and then Notch changed where the sun came up and went down, and it started going down in what I always thought was the south, and so that's still the south, so that makes this the east. Ah, there we go. Alright, let's see. I don't have a bed or anything like that with me, so rather than subject you to playing a game of what is that in front of him in the dark, I'm going to just kind of chill out here until sunrise, and then we will proceed onwards. I'll just take some dirt, pillar up a bit, and I'll be back in the morning. And as the sun rises in the south, thanks Notch, we have another day getting going here. Let's go ahead, and I know I'm going to need another boat, so I'll go ahead and make up 2 of them. Alright, now let's get down there and proceed onward on the quest for horses. Those finds are useful. And I'm just glad that I did remember not to just jump off. Oh, that held item tooltip. Just a moment. Options. Video settings, is it in here? Details, perhaps? Off. I hate that. I can see where it might be useful for a new player, but I do appreciate so much the ability to turn it off, and I appreciate even more the fact that Optifine makes it possible to do it in the menu without having to shut down and edit the options file. And so, we proceed onward, and onward, and onward. We're looking for some continent or good-sized landmass with plains or other biomes that we might find horses on. And my intent is to capture, to befriend, or whatever it is, to tame several horses, and then get them penned up, or, well, actually corralled would be the correct word for horses. Get them all corralled up, and then proceed to get them moved back to the barn at the country estate. Okay, let's go ahead and slow down and stop. Left shift to dismount. Pick up the boat, which I had forgotten you can do now. We'll just trudge across here. Unlikely as all get out to find horses in the snow, I realize, but we'll have a better chance finding them on land than in the water. Even though this looks to be a rather large taiga biome. No, anyway. Oh, hey, lunch. Thank you. Yeah, that was handy. Not that I particularly need it. I've got 21 steaks, but I always believe in taking opportunities when they present themselves, and that was a good one. So, I've been, as you know, I've been busy with doing a lot of stuff in FTD, and I've had a bunch of issues in real life, and all of which has worked together to keep me away from Minecraft Vanilla, although I have not forgotten Vanilla. It is actually a favorite flavor of mine. You know, when I go to get ice cream, I might actually deliberately choose vanilla. But anyway, so I'm back at it. I finally managed to get Optifine installed, and that has done a lot for me wanting to get back into playing this, because I haven't been able to get it installed before now. It took a lot of futzing around, watching several videos that talked about how. We have swamp and other stuff. Now, as for the new versions coming out, one of the things that features is several new biomes. And I've seen some snapshot videos. Most recently, I've seen Izuma's snapshot where he's showing several of the new biomes, and it does look interesting. Must be a ravine or something down there. It looks very interesting. I like some of the looks of them. Some of them look like very much like they were kind of borrowed or lifted, shall we say, from things like extra biomes and biomes of plenty and things like that. Like there's one of them, this mesa biome, that at first glance it looked like a red rock biome. It looked very interesting. There's a lot of potential with some of that stuff, and some of the new items, the new enchants, and some new game mechanics and functionality. It's all looking interesting. Yes. Wow, pumpkins. You know, I remember a time when it was a big deal to find pumpkins, and now it's like, oh, yeah, okay. I don't need them because I have a farm full of them. Of course, back then you couldn't farm them. You know, if you had pumpkins, it's because you found them growing in the wild. It wasn't possible to grow your own. Okay, well, we got chickens over here. We got flatter terrain and pigs and sheep over here. I don't have a shears, nor can I make one. Well, it looks like it's 3 sheep, 3 wool. Yep. Okay. That'll work. Well, that looks interesting. Yeah. Now, if I had a mini-map installed, I would make a waypoint there, or here, just to be able to get back to where I could see that, and maybe do something with it someday. Oh well. Well, how about this? Now I've got the coordinates for it. Should I decide to come back and do something with that? Of course, I've got a place sort of kind of like that, out to the east, out to the west. This is east, so that must be west, out at the Epic Desert. So maybe I'll just work on that first. And here's more. Okay. Huge lighting glitches. God, I wish they'd fix those. A natural derp tower. How about that? And still, I see no signs of our equine prey. Of course, I say equine prey like I'm going to eat them. Unfortunately, I don't think you can. But, they are what we're hunting. I mean, even if we're not going to eat them or put their heads as trophies up on the wall, it's still, we're hunting them. That ought to be more than enough, actually. It's not like I'm going to try to walk all the way to the Firelands, because the Firelands don't exist in this version. And another stinking jungle. That's one of the things I'm... Oh, look at that. I like that. What coordinates? 309 by minus 4937. Yeah. It's one of the things I like about the idea of more biomes, because more biomes and more variety in biomes might mean fewer jungles. And I would definitely look forward to that. Jungle's all fine and dandy, but there's too much of it in Minecraft in this version. Way too much. Anyway, we proceed onward, and since I'm kind of feeling like I'm running out of things to talk about, I think I'm just going to keep going in this direction, and I will cut back in when I find something noteworthy. Alright, cutting back in because I just found out that when I cut back in a minute ago, apparently I hit the record key twice, which toggled it twice. And so the recording I thought I made, I didn't. But basically, not long after I cut out, I exited the jungle and I have found an honest-to-goodness plains biome. And as I understand it, plains is one of the preferred spawning areas for the horses. So I've pillared up here. And one thing I'm going to do here is I am going to get out my workbench and I'm going to make a bed. Not that I want to set my spawn up here, but when I get down, which I'm going to try to time that for just before daylight so I can still set my spawn here. And that way, if anything happens, I won't have to try to run all the way back out here. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait for sunrise, and when I see the first beginning hints of sunrise, I'm going to dig down real quick, get down under the surface, and sleep in this bed. Actually, I should go ahead and do it now, because as long as there's nothing down there, which I'm not seeing anything. Yeah. That's right. Alright, just dig down. Set the bed down and sleep till day and get some daylight and set my spawn at the same time. Well, maybe not quite all the way on the ground. Die, punk. Yeah, I know. I'm just going to borrow this little idea here. Oh, crap. I don't have any arrows. Doggone it. What good is a bow if I don't have arrows? Yep, that's it for you. Alright, now let's park the bed down here and see if it'll let me sleep or it'll tell me there's monsters too close. Right, good. Spawn is set, and now we have daylight and burning mobs. My favorite kind. Fried zombies, anyone? Okay, excellent. And since I've got this here, might as well build a little platform up there. Oh, creepers. One over there. This guy over here. Die, punk. Let's go get this guy out of the way. Alright, now, about those horses that are supposed to spawn in the plains. I've come several thousand blocks looking for them. I'm going to be somewhat disappointed if they're not available. Now, let's see. Just kind of cruise around here. Oh, we have a skelly in the water. Die, punk. And I should probably eat something. Plenty of sheep, plenty of cows. I think there's even some pigs around, but I don't see any horses. This is going to aggravate me no end. I've come, what is it, 5,000 blocks looking for horses. And so far, I feel like I'm being trolled. Alright, let's just kind of skirt around the edge of this place. Have a quick look into the desert. And maybe skirt around the edge of this jungle here. Let's see what we can find. But I have to admit, I do kind of feel like Dinnerbone is trolling me here. I like the look of the area, but I'm not seeing the horses. Any horses. Anything that even looks like it might want to be a horse. Not yet. Alright. I'm going to have a look over this way. Oh, Desert Temple. Okay. That would be, I think, maybe, might very well be the first one of those I've seen in this world. I may be wrong, but I think maybe it is. Alright. And yes, I know the rule. Don't break the blue block. And watch that first step. It's a dilly. Alright. I should be able to just start breaking right about here. Sort of carve myself a stairway going down. Wasn't exactly my intended goal, but I'll take it. Okay, there's the pressure plate we don't want anything landing on. Another torch. Okay. Oh, hey, a couple of diamonds. All right, you can have, I'll trade you some zombie turds for the diamonds. Okay. Well, let's see. We don't need the seeds. I'll take the gold. And I can do without the bones. And I don't need the snowballs. And this one has some more gold. I'll take it. And now, of course, there is the icing on the cake, the grand prize. And it is another thing about the way Minecraft has changed over the years. Used to be just punching TNT was not something you'd want to do in this situation, but that's how you disarm this stuff now. Okie doke, what do I need to get rid of? Okay, I've got 64 wheat. Actually, I don't need the leather. How about that? So, I got the goodies, and I got the TNT. Looks good to me. Take the rest of get the rest way back up. I believe that's the main thing of what there is in this thing. Very cool. Let me put a couple of torches up here to indicate I've been here. Alright, now that's the direction I came from. I'm going to go up here and get a view around this desert, and it looks like there's a swamp over there. Have a look around and then start heading back towards that plains, kind of skirt around the area, because I don't think I'm going to find any horses in the swamp. Not unless somebody abandoned some here, and since there is nobody else in this world but me, that is unlikely to have happened. Alright, let's head back. I'm going to end up having to put together a base just so I can have a place to put some of this stuff, because I'm full up. Alright. Sort of cut through here, and then eventually start bearing to the right and end up back at the place where I have my bed. Watching the ground so I don't step off into one of these holes. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just cut over here to get back up to what passes for ground level around here. And then I'll go this way and get across to the other side of the jungle, that on this side. And then follow the edge of the jungle back to where my bed is. I guess I'll head up over these hills and have a look out this way. I may be camping out here through the night. I don't think I'm going to make it back to the bed before sunset, because sunset is upon us right now. So, yeah, I think I'm going to pass the night up here on this hilltop, and we'll continue the quest when morning arrives. Okay, we have a return of daylight. And so let's dig down here and get back to that plains biome. Being mindful of the creeper over here. Yes, I see you. Okay, I'm going to skirt around the edge of the jungle here and get back to the plains. And then first thing I think is to determine the limits of the plains, just exactly what the extent of them is. Alright, so alright, head around the edge of this jungle. Okay, are we in a plains again? Yeah, not quite. Jungle, extreme hills, border. Right, I'm going to leave that F3 screen up for a little while to locate the edge of the plains, and then follow it all the way around and find out what the border of it is, how big that plains area is. And that will give a little bit of a clue as to how frequently, how often we're liable to find horses. So far, all we've got is desert on this side of the jungle. Alright, well, we'll know for sure soon enough. So, I'm gonna try not to do that too many more times and just keep cruising until I find the plains again. Alright, we're back in the plains. And as a matter of fact, right here is about the edge of it in this area, and you can see there's where the bed is. So, I'm going to find out what exactly is the extent of this plains. So just this side of the jungle on this side. See how far it goes over this way. Looks like a fairly decent sized place. And let's see, yeah, forest here, so we don't want to go in there. Just simply because it's counterproductive. In fact, let's throw down a few torches here to indicate where the border is. And it's going to be where that grass changes color. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to get this place outlined and I'll be back. I've been around the whole area and returned back to here. And this plains, let me go ahead and get up in the air a little bit. It extends out a fair distance. All the way along there, up against the edge of the forest. Out that way, it goes all the way to the water. And along here, along the edge of the jungle, of course. This whole area is plains. And so, sooner or later, one would expect horses to spawn here. And so, actually, I need to get down. It's getting night, so I'm going to go ahead and grab some daylight. And then in the morning, I'm going to, well, one of the things I need to do is put together a furnace and get some charcoal cooking up because I don't have any more torches. Alright, let's just go ahead and set it there. And I don't have any logs either. Okay. Well, fortunately, I have some iron. Now I have some sticks. And... oh, gee. Okay, I'm going to go chop down some trees, cook up some charcoal, make some more torches, and maybe put together a little bit of a shelter so that I'm not quite hanging out in the open like that. If I'm going to be here, I might as well make the most of it. cut a few trees down, get some charcoal cooked up, and I'll be back. Alright, we've got a pretty good size area here. Goes up that way a little ways, and all the way down there to where that desert and beach area meets up with that taiga looking place over there. And then of course on this side it goes to the edge of the jungle, and over here right out to the water. So there's a pretty good sized place here. Should be able to get a hold of some horses. I think the first step there is get rid of some of these sheep. You know, the old mob cap thing. You know, get rid of the mobs that are there, and at some point some new ones will spawn. And besides, I'm tired of listening to the sheep. There's entirely too many of them. So I'm going to kill off the sheep. I may get the cows and box them into a pen somewhere. And perhaps that will increase the chances of horses spawning. I've beefed up my little platform here a little bit. I've got a furnace and a chest and a crafting table up there now, and a ladder up. And by the way, I didn't know that you could put ladders onto the side of a crafting table. You just have to shift when you're doing it. That's cool. So now I've got enough charcoal. I can go ahead and keep up a decent supply of torches. Still have some wood for making a few things. And I think the big thing is just going to be mostly kill off all of these sheep, pen up the cows, and then just start watching for horses. I checked on the wiki, and they do only spawn in planes in 1.6.2, which is what we're flying today. And they also spawn in groups anywhere from 2 to 6 individuals in a group. So I should be able to find some horses spawning in this area. All I have to do is be patient and get rid of every other animal, which I will be glad to do. Alright, I'll be working on that, and we'll be back with an update next time. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here.